What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 4s to look at. The Air Jordan 4 Retro. Now this is the military blue colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this is an early look. This is one of those sneakers that Jordan brand kind of like, baited us to kind of hype beast and go crazy over. The military blue Jordan 4 is one of the most popular colorways for the Jordan 4 silhouette. Now this is an early look. Now this was sent over to me by one of my favorite vendors, so definitely shout out to them. Now again, this is an early look, so one thing that I'm kind of concerned about, I don't really know if the box is actually the correct box that's going to be on the actual retail release of the sneaker, but nevertheless, we're going to just jump right into it. So on the top portion of the box, you do have this all black box lid. On the lid, you do have the red Jordan Jumpman logo there with the white flight branding. You do have more of the Nike Air branding there in red, pretty much on the top box lid. The bottom portion of the box, you do see, this kind of speckled cement print there. The bottom portion of the box doesn't really have too much going on, and it's all gray. You do have the white Nike branding here, copyright information. Then you do have the red Jordan Jumpman logo there. So for those that do care about that, there you go. Now, the box label on the sneaker does read Air Jordan 4 Retro. The colorway says off-white and then military blue. And that cement, speckled cement, that is something that is common on most Air Jordan 4 sneakers. So that's why I imagine they probably threw this in this box. Up underneath, you do have the hit of red there. No stamp serve anything, to kind of highlight there. Up underneath, you are met with this kind of speckled, it's kind of like that gray speckled cement print there, and then you do have the white tissue paper, so it does kind of come double wrapped. Up underneath, you are met with the sneaker itself. So here's my thing. Air Jordan 4, the military blue, in my opinion, is not one of my favorite Air Jordan 4s. I see a lot of y'all went crazy over this sneaker, and it's to be honest, I still don't see it. I feel like it's an excellent sneaker. This is something that was people are going to go crazy over. I know we actually we're going to get the Bread reimagined 4s. I do tend to favor that over this one here. It's an excellent sneaker. Blue, this off-white. I thought it was more of a white or gray, but this off-white color, yeah, man, I feel like it's pretty decent. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and jump right into it from build. It does look like any other Air Jordan 4, but let's get into it. Air Jordan 4 Retro military blue. So let's take a look at the right sneaker, okay? Now, one thing that I was happy about, I did get this to me in a size 14. Definitely appreciate the extra room in the toe. Now, from build, the sneaker does look, just like any other Air Jordan 4. You do have this leather upper portion on the lateral side of the sneaker. First and foremost, just like any other Air Jordan 4, you do have this kind of ribbed out plastic material here, for this netting here. Up underneath, you do have that hit of the blue nylon mesh. You do have this triangular wing here in that off-white color, and then you do have this military blue lace crown bow here, and then going towards the front toe box area. Around the ankle collar of the sneaker, it is more of that off-white leather, and then going towards the bottom portion of the lateral side, you do have more of that off-white. Now this toe area here, so you do have this it's like a long mud guard here, and it is like, in this hit of gray on the midsole. It's like, a two-tone midsole. So you do have the military blue, and then you do have that hit of white there for the midsole. And you do also have what's most standard with most Air Jordan 4s. You do have that air bubble there, and you can see through from the other side. And then it does look like it's kind of like that gray kind of white. I guess it's like, kind of off-white, like the sneaker showing on the inside. Coming up from the sole of the sneaker, you do see this white rubber material here, and that's pretty much it for the lateral side. Switching things over, going toward the front toe box area of the sneaker, you are met with more of that off-white color. Leather is not perforated or anything. Again, you do have this kind of gray mud guard situation here, and it does look like they hit it with some white stitching. The upper portion of the midsole, you do have more of that rubberized, netting material here, this cage, and you do have the blue nylon material showing up from up underneath. The sneaker did come pre-laced, and they did give us these off-white laces, and they do kind of match the leather on the sneaker. Going towards like halfway, you do have more of that rubber cage there, and you do have the blue nylon mesh showing up underneath. Now the upper portion of the tongue, I'm gonna unlace the laces for you because I want to kind of get a good shot of these. But the upper portion of the sneaker, it is like all in that off-white leather color there, and they did give you this gray white tongue here, and you do have the blue Nike Jordan Jumpman logo there, and you do have the flight text there showing up underneath. Behind the tongue of the sneaker, it is all blue, and then you do have this white tag here, and it does have Air Jordan there in black, and that's pretty standard with most Air Jordan sneakers. The inside is kind of like gray, but the insole of the sneaker is all blue, and they did give you the white Nike Air branding there on the inside. The medial side of the sneaker, just like with most Air Jordan 4s, they did kind of keep it consistent with the other sides. So you do have these off-white, triangular wing, and then you do have these military blue lace crowns, all off-white leather here on this side. The mid portion, you do have that netting material with the blue showing up underneath, and then you can kind of see some more of that kind of gray mud guard stemming from the front toe box area. The midsole here is two-tone, so you got the military blue and then white, and you can see a little bit of the gray showing up from underneath, and then you do have the air bubble showing on this side as well. Going towards the back portion of the sneaker, one thing that I was most hyped about this release, that Nike Air branding on the back there in white. You do have this kind of plastic pull tab here in that military blue, but I just love the white Nike Air branding. I was happy they went with that on this one versus the white Jordan Jumpman logo. You do have more of that white, off-white leather showing up here, and then of course you can see more of that two-tone midsole and the military blue and white, and that's pretty much it for the rear. Going towards the bottom portion of the sneaker, so it is three tones. You got the hit of gray here going towards the heel and up here on the toe, and then up on the toe portion you can actually see the stars. That's kind of standard with most Air Jordan 4s. You do have herringbone traction going through the entire bottom. You have this hit of blue and then white at the mid portion. Now the middle here, you do have this blue section here, and they did give you the white Nike branding there in the middle, and that's pretty much it for this sneaker. The left sneaker, consistent with the right. The only thing that was a little bit different is that they actually gave us the orange Nike tag there, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, everything else is pretty consistent with the other side. But yeah, man, this is an excellent sneaker. If I were to actually rate this one, yeah, man, you guessed it. It's a 10 out of 10. I love the concept, like the colorway of the sneaker and everything. It's just not one of my favorite Air Jordan 4 colorways. But to each his own. Like, I get it, you know. Like, I mean, it's definitely one of those OG colorways that, you know, we've been waiting for quite some time, but I still favor, as far as like releases of the year, I do favor that that Bread 4 Reimagined. Like, and I actually did review that on this channel as well. So like, definitely you want to take a look at that. I'll you know, post a link for that. But yeah, man, excellent sneaker. As far as sizing, Jordan 4s to me always do tend, you know, to fit true to size. But I like to highlight with the Air Jordan 4s, like, again, because I like the craftsmanship, the design on the sneaker, we definitely call Air Jordan 4s the pinky toe killer. And like, it's just because like the design of the sneaker, it does kind of slope. So like, as you wear the sneaker, it like, you know, just kind of like rubs against your pinky toe. It's nothing that you really could do. Even if you did go up a half size, it's not going to provide like, you know, any more comfort. You know, it's just something that's just, it just is what it is with the Air Jordan 4 as far as like their design. As far as like comfort, I do recommend, you know, staying true to size. Like, it does fit just like any other Air Jordan 4 sneaker. Nothing really like, you know, too different to, you know, highlight on this pair. But other than that, man, yeah, man, excellent pair. But I definitely want to take the time to shout out the vendor who actually gifted me this pair, so I can actually, you know, review on the channel for you guys. But I do encourage you guys to stay engaged with me like always. I can be reached on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, X, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a B-roll and a 360 like I always do. But there you go, Air Jordan 4 Military Blue. So there's the front of the sneaker. There's the lateral side of the right, the lateral side of the left. There's the bottom portion of the sneaker. There's the medial side. And then there's the rear. But again, I do thank you guys for taking the time to tune in with me like always. But until next time, see you later.